Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, let's quickly take a look at the charts here because today we're seeing a bounce for Bitcoin, altcoins, and we're seeing the positive signs that maybe the bottom is in. And I use the word maybe because markets can always fake us out. So we don't have confirmation yet, but when you look at the chart, we're seeing a bit of a bounce, and it doesn't mean that Bitcoin and altcoins can go down and again touch that oversold zone with the RSI and the daily chart. So we got to be patient and let's see how the week plays out. But I like what I'm seeing here. One analyst, Caleb Franzen, who I've had on the podcast a few times, he highlighted the Bitcoin chart showing that things could actually go crazy once Bitcoin gets out of this respective consolidation. And if this is indeed the bounce, it could send us straight up to 138K around that range. So that would be incredibly bullish for the market. Even analyst Bob Lucas weighed in saying Bitcoin's retest of the May cycle high, that might be it for the 60-day cycle. Most cycles have retests or lower lows, but this stage of the bull market, don't count on them, hoping for a strong push to a late August high, followed by a weekly cycle decline into September. Now, this is the thesis I personally have. I've been sharing with you guys that I believe this month is going to be really great for the market, stock market, crypto, and much more. It will not necessarily be the move to the blow off top, although it possibly could be. We'll have to watch it closely. I do think the blow off top comes in Q4. But the timeline has been shifted because of the tariff crash. Everything got pushed back by 2 months because usually it's sell in May, go away, and July and August are brutal for markets because it's boring. People are traveling and all that. There's not much happening, but this is a very different year due to the tariff situation. So I'm anticipating higher prices in August, both for Bitcoins and the altcoins, a correction, as Bob said here. Then that goes into September. And then maybe around mid-September, we start rebounding again and moving up to the blow-off top, in my opinion. Now, could the bull market bleed into 2026? That's a possibility. But this is where we're going to have to watch the data closely. We're going to have to look at the Fibonacci extensions, the Elliott wave models, global liquidity, which has been a massive leading indicator. We're going to look at the macro signals. We're going to look at sentiment. Are we in the euphoria zone? Is Google Trends going off the charts? Is everybody and their grandma telling you to invest in crypto? We're going to look at all of those things, and I'll be sharing it on the podcast, in my live streams, and in the newsletter. So make sure you are subscribed. Now, if you look at Total 3, this is all coins excluding Bitcoin, Ethereum, and stablecoins. Also seeing a bounce, but once again, not out of the woods yet, so we need more confirmation, but good sign. If you look at XRP as one of the leading altcoins, which has been getting a lot of liquidity, also seeing a bounce. So everything is bouncing. Even Ethereum on its chart is bouncing, right? But again, markets can fake us out. Now, another confirmation of that is that we are seeing the Bitcoin dominance doing the opposite, the inverse of what the assets are doing, which makes sense. And even USDT dominance also doing the same thing. So let's see how things play out over the next week, folks. It'll be very interesting. Bitcoin whales, according to on-chain data from Sentiment, continue to accumulate. So wallets with 10 or more Bitcoin continue to buy. They're not dumping. I don't see a downtrend here. When I start to see a downtrend here, this is one of the signals I'll be sharing with you guys saying, hey, whales are exiting the market. You need to pay attention. Yes, we're approaching the top. So guys, we're still on track. Bull market still intact. Just the volatility that you have to expect in this market. And if it bothers you, step away from the markets. Don't look at your portfolio. That's so important for your mental health when it comes to investing. And we continue to see bullish narratives. One of the things I mentioned, why I think the blow off top comes in Q4 is Congress is going to pass legislation come late September into October. Global liquidity is topping around then. And there's some tariff deadlines around then as well. The SEC has its deadline for the altcoin approval, the ETF altcoin approval. So that's in October. And here today, the White House announced they are preparing an executive order to target banks that discriminate against conservatives and crypto companies, addressing debanking practices with potential fines and penalties per the Wall Street Journal. So Operation Choke Point 2.0 is officially dead. Now, there have been some moves by some of these big banks like JP Morgan who don't want to release certain data. I think Tyler Winklevoss of the Winklevoss twins and the Gemini Exchange, he had tweeted out about that. So the White House putting this executive order in place, it's going to put these banks in trouble if they try to go against crypto or do something nefarious. So this is bullish. If you're Jamie Dimon and you try to block anything here, you're going to be in trouble. But we see all the banks are capitulating. JP Morgan partnering with Coinbase, tokenizing a deposit token on Base, the Ethereum layer 2 on Coinbase, opening up crypto trading, PNC Bank offering crypto trading. They're all capitulating. They're all going to bend the knees. So this is very bullish news. Now, folks, quick word from our sponsor, and that is Uphold. Uphold is a great place to buy, sell, and stake your crypto. I've been a user since 2018, so I can vouch for this platform. They have 300 plus cryptocurrencies on their platform, Bitcoin and all the top altcoins, and they offer staking on 20 plus cryptocurrencies. And I've never had an issue with them, never had any problems. And best of all, folks, they are fully reserved. So you can go review their transparency report. They don't commingle or lend out your crypto funds. Again, trust is a big factor and why I've been using them for a long time. And they have a great rewards program where you can earn up to 5.25% on stablecoins. Part of this rewards program, you can get 24-hour early access to new tokens that they list on their platform. And the stablecoins they support include Ripple's RLUSD. You can earn up to 5% there. And USBC, you can earn up to 5% there as well. And to participate, you have to log into the app once per month, deposit $50 once per month, and trade $50 once per month. Pretty simple, and you get access to this great rewards program. And they do it the right way. I've interviewed the CEO, the CFO, and many other folks, and they're not doing any shady deals or anything like that. They're doing it the right way. So check them out, folks. They're a great platform. Link will be in the description. Now, folks, look at this news. Very bullish news coming out of the CFTC. So the CFTC will launch an initiative for trading spot crypto asset contracts. The CFTC is full speed ahead on enabling immediate trading of digital assets at the federal level. Do you see what's happening? All the dominoes are coming in line here, right? The SEC, the CFTC, other government agencies. I just talked about the executive order coming out of the White House to punish banks if they try to go against crypto and much more. Things are aligning very beautifully here for the continued growth and maturation of this asset class, and that will lead to higher valuations. The question is, are you patient enough to go through these cycles? Because markets still move in cycles despite all these things, but eventually all of this will culminate to higher prices and valuation. So the CFTC doing some amazing things, and I'm going to try to get the acting chair, Commissioner Pham, on the podcast to talk about this, but incredible stuff. Let me read a bit of their press release they put out on their website. So the CFTC acting chairman, Caroline D. Pham, announced today that CFTC will launch an initiative for trading spot crypto asset contracts that are listed on a CFTC registered futures exchange. This is the first initiative in the CFTC's crypto sprint to start implementation of the recommendations in the President's Working Group on Digital Asset Markets report. Acting Chair Pham announced the CFTC's crypto sprint last week. So notice the genesis of this. It was from the President's Working Group Digital Asset Report, which was released last week. That's Bo Hines, David Sachs, and we, of course, covered that on the podcast. So the report was really to put things in place to get everybody on the same page and say, here are your marching orders, go execute. So this is beautiful. If you are in crypto, holding crypto assets, this should make you so bullish. And on the other side of the token, the SEC, they're doing some amazing things. They just talked about launching Project Crypto. SEC Chair Paul Atkins, he gave his speech, talked about that last week. So things are aligning beautifully here, and this is coming, pretty close to the top of the market. When I say pretty close, I mean, months ahead. So I think the blow off top is coming in Q4. So I think all the narratives, all the respective things that are needed to have this blow off top are coming into place. So it's a beautiful thing. Now, look at this news. French MPs float plan to mine Bitcoin with surplus nuclear energy. Wow. I've been talking about this for years that wait till the energy companies come along and they use their excess blow off top energy, wasted energy, and they monetize it by mining Bitcoin. Man, we're going to enter into a new stratosphere of adoption. And again, it will drive prices higher. So this is very bullish. And imagine this type of activity happening globally because crypto is a global asset class. So a group of French legislators are drafting a law to allow the use of surplus electricity from nuclear plants to mine Bitcoin. One MP described it as a secure and extremely profitable solution. This concept isn't new as other countries and companies are already exploring similar initiatives. I think we're going to see a race to get this done, especially as Bitcoin mining becomes more difficult. It's going to take a lot of power. It's going to take a lot of computing power to do this. And if you have nuclear power plants using excess energy, the natural gas folks, the oil folks, whoever participating with this, and they're monetizing energy that would have just been wasted and much more. That is huge, folks. And it doesn't matter if you love or hate Bitcoin. If you don't see what's happening here, man, then you got some blinders on because Bitcoin's here to stay. I'm not saying it's the best crypto for payments. It's obviously not. But as a store of value as gold, if you understand how money works, if you understand gold's place in the global economy and markets, then you would understand what Bitcoin's role is as digital gold and why companies are putting on their balance sheet, countries are launching reserves, why the United States launched a strategic Bitcoin reserve, why countries and energy companies would want to do this. So incredible stuff here. Now, Solana begins shipping Seeker mobile device in over 50 countries. So whether you love or hate Solana, this is actually very bullish for them because putting mobile devices in different parts of the world where people may not have access to advanced smartphones like we do here in the United States or in developed countries really could help Solana with adoption in many different ways. So let me give you the details. Solana Mobile has started shipping the second generation of its mobile device on Monday, supplying users in over 50 countries. The Seeker phone, which has amassed over 150,000 pre-orders, will feature upgraded technology, a mobile native crypto wallet, and a decentralized application store that bypasses cryptophobic censorship seen in app stores today. Solana Mobile General Manager Emmett Holier, if I'm saying that right, told Cointelegraph that the Seeker comes from the hardware improvements across the board compared to the first generation Saga. But what really sets Seeker apart is its on-chain features. So folks, again, you may not hold a Solana token, you may not be bullish on Solana, but this is very good for them. Again, if you think about global adoption and providing phones that have crypto wallets and crypto features built in, it will help increase the adoption of this technology and bring people on chain. So really big news here for Solana. Okay, folks, final news item here. Blockchain-based loans firm Figure files confidential submission for IPO. So it's a bull market. We see more and more companies are going public, whether that be via IPO or mergers or and reverse listings and all kinds of stuff, right? People are doing creative things, but obviously the biggest IPO we had this year of a company going public was Circle, and we're seeing more and more folks getting involved. So bull market activities. Figure Technology Solutions said it has filed confidential paperwork with the SEC to go public later this year. The firm has been a pioneer in the real-world asset space, originating over $16 billion in home equity lines of credit on blockchain rails. The company joins a fast-growing list of crypto names looking to become publicly traded this year. So folks, again, if you think we're in a bear market, I don't know what you're looking at. You got blinders on, or you're following some narrative and you're not looking at the market holistically. But here's another example. And folks, they don't go public in the bear market, right? Because there's no liquidity. No one would want to do that. But we are in a bull market, and we've been climbing the wall of worry with all the news out there, tariffs, wars, this and that. But I've been trying to tell you guys to stick to the data, stick to the facts and the principles here, and you can see Bull market's still alive, still got ways to go. But I do believe the blow off top comes, towards the end of this year. And I will be looking to take profits. So I don't know what your plan is. If you're planning to take profits or you're going to ride it through the bear market, it's up to you. I can't tell you what to do. It's based on your financial situation. But this is what I'm thinking. Now, folks, a great way you can support me in the podcast is by subscribing to my free email newsletter. It's 100% free. Link will be in the description. Check out my book on Amazon. It's available in paperback and digital. And my course at mycryptocourse.com. This is a comprehensive course that teaches you everything about crypto. So knowledge is power. Expand your knowledge and learn more about this technology and asset class. Go to mycryptocourse.com. All of the links will be in the description. Folks, thank you so much for watching and listening. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.